What is the most dangerous skill that I can learn for 20 bucks?
After a lot of digging, I think I finally found it. Inside this plastic bag is a weapon that's over 4,000 years old. And it turns out you can get these for $15 on Etsy. Shout out to the Hilltop Hurler for this. Let's find out what this actually is. Now, to the average Joe, this probably just looks like a dirty piece of string. Thing is, historically, this is also one of the most feared weapons of all time. Allow me to show you why. I want to learn how to do that. The technique, not pick a fight with a mountain. So the real trick is going to be learning how to use this thing without accidentally killing someone. I think I have the perfect solution. Now the trouble is that I'm leaving town in 2 days. That's not a lot of time to learn a new weapon. So we gotta get moving now. Come on, let's go learn how to sling. Why is there a basketball court in here? What is going on? So we've weaseled our way into a private community with like a secret tennis court that I think less than 100 people know about. Excuse me, ma'am? Sir, you stay out of this. I'm gonna need you to edit her out. Okay, so we solved our first objective, which is no accidental murders on the shooting of this video. Objective number 2, how the hell do you use this thing? Problem, I only have about 4 hours in between all of this mess to learn this skill and get my work done. So let me explain the basics of how to use this thing and why I think that might actually be an impossible task. We're gonna try it anyway, but it's not gonna be easy. There's a loop at the end, and that loop goes over your finger like so. This also goes in between your fingers. From here, we want to find the pocket. On other models, you'll find like a leather pouch here. Basically, we just cradle this blue ball here, and we're relying on the force of the swing to keep this thing in the sling. The hard part about this technique is that this ball needs to be constantly accelerating. If you accelerate too quickly, then this goes shooting off of the sling. If you decelerate too quickly, this goes off the sling. And what's crazy is, we're not even aiming yet. If the ball is swinging this way, and we want the ball to go this way, we need to release this finger right around this part of the trajectory so that this ball can continue forward. Aiming feels a little bit like you've got a gun, but instead of like an aiming mechanism, you've got like a roulette wheel, and wherever the roulette wheel lands is where the gun shoots. Now, of course, we don't have time to master the glorious roulette gun method, so we're gonna rely on one of the greatest learning hacks of all time, the dumb method. We'll grind on the dumbass version of this skill to level up, and then come back and nuke the hard version of this skill into the ground, because now we have the talent. There are a few different steps to making sure that you perform this technique properly. Step 1, pray to the Tinder gods for unholy strength. Step 2 is channeling the rage of an entire generation into your right hand. Now repeat after me. I hate dating apps. I hate dating apps. Now, my child, you are ready. So this is it. This is slinging at its most basic. It's chucking a ball using a string. And as much as I hate to admit it, this is a lot more fun than doing it the hard way. The Toyota Corolla of projectile techniques. 6 out of 10. So now we kind of understand the basics of aiming. So at this point I decided to call it for a day. Everything in my throwing arm hurts. Apparently trying to throw things at the speed of sound is kind of rough on your body. Who knew? There is of course one teeny tiny minor baby obstacle in the way. I think I'm trapped in this tennis court. I'm going to show you what I mean. Now, this is the exit, but it's locked by this security mechanism right here, which we don't have access to. And this door is stuck. So, we have a couple of options here. I parkour over this gate, and it's probably like 12 feet high. But the other option is we can use this. This will go over here, and we need to get this scanny thing over the outside. If not, then we're stuck until someone lets us free. Oh, we did it. Oh, are we free? Oh, yeah. We got stuck in tennis court purgatory for longer than I would have liked. And that leaves us even less time to learn one of the most complicated skills of all, the whirly f***ing tornado. Now, I've studied this footage a lot, and here's what I think is happening. So he starts off with a typical wind-up shot. From there, he pulls a full 360 and the ball completes its revolution around his head, he releases it, and it flings off into the distance. Quite frankly, I'm not sure that I'm coordinated enough to do that. So we're going to take the basics of the motion, the thing that I think contributes the most power to his shot, that is his body rotation, and try to master that in the time that we have remaining. So I'm a little bit nervous that we're not going to be able to get this done. But at this point, we just gotta trust and hope in the process. Let's get back to work. We did it! Oh! So we succeeded in hitting something the size of a backboard. That's pretty good. But to me, that's not enough to claim deadly skill status. So we're gonna make the target smaller. Enough for me to prove to myself without a shadow of a doubt that I can hit an opponent where it matters with this tool. After all, the point is that it's a deadly skill if and only if you can hit something with it. If a sonic boom goes off in a tennis court and no one gets smacked in the face with it, did it ever really happen? Does it even exist? So weeks later, I went back and gave it one more go. One final attempt to let me know in my heart of hearts that I could actually aim this thing. So I hope you'll join me in my last hurrah. Let's get going. Will this be enough to stick?
Nice, yes.
Yes. Okay, cool, we're done. And before you go, I wanted to let you know that this is going to be the last video coming out of this channel for a while. It's been my honor to make these videos. And it's time for me to put these talents towards building my personal business instead of making stuff for just entertainment and kicks online. I haven't really enjoyed the process of putting myself out there. That's been extremely difficult. But you guys have made it so much easier. More than anything, I'm gonna miss goofing off with all of you in the comment section. So thanks for being awesome. And thanks for having my back. And until the next time we meet, peace.